Hi, I'm Judy. Welcome to Go with Yin Yoga. Today we're going to be practicing Yin Yoga at the wall. I have one mat going horizontally right up against my wall and another one coming out perpendicular to the wall. And if you can't have a setup like that, especially if you're on a hard floor like I am, I suggest a couple of blankets at least that you can put out and pad the floor a little bit. Excuse me. Because we will be practicing using the wall as a prop. Although you can do this without the wall at all. So to begin with, you can either come into an easy seated position. You can be laying on your back. I'm also going to give you one other option. You can come into dangling pose at the wall, in which case you can either have your back facing the wall and just come into dangling like this. You can even face the wall and come down. So you're coming down like this. Sorry for what you get to see. And bring your back against the wall, and you can come into dangling this way as well. It's awkward to get into, but it can feel quite nice once you're into it. I'm going to take a pass on that. So you have three options. Make your choice. If you're sitting up, I do suggest you sit onto something so that your knees are below your hips, making it a bit more comfortable to sit. And now that you're into whatever position is comfortable for you, I invite you to set your own intention for this practice. The intention that I offer for you is to think about how yoga connects your mind, your body, and your spirit. It is really, really a great way to do that. Today's practice is all about the Koshas. Last week I did another practice that was also taking you through the 5 layers or bodies that are the Koshas. And they're not stacked one on top of the other, but they're intertwined and they work together and they flow with each other, and you don't just go straight through them and you get to your bliss body, the 5th one, and you stay there. You go back and forth. So anyway, now that perhaps you have an intention, I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And with every breath, begin to sink deeper and deeper into your body, feeling the support and the stability where your body meets wherever you're sitting or laying on. Inhale and relax deeper as you exhale. And our first body is the Annamaya Kosha, your physical body. And the affirmation I'm offering you for that, I guess I actually don't have an affirmation for that one. I will offer you this affirmation as you're coming into your Annamaya Kosha, your physical body. I am comfortable with my body. Or I feel comfortable in my body. Now let's begin to do a short body scan. Beginning at your feet, just taking your attention to your feet. Noticing if there's any tension there and if maybe you can relax that tension. Moving on up your legs, your calves, your knees, your upper legs. What's going on in those areas? Is there something you need to relax there? Moving into your hips and your pelvis. What feelings are arising there? Do you need to soften? Getting into your low back and your abs, up into your chest and behind your heart. Are you carrying any tension there? Can you put it aside for this practice? And then taking your attention to your arms, your hands, your wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms. What's going on there? What are you feeling there? What do you need to do to feel more comfortable there? And then on to your shoulders and your neck, your jaw, and all areas that a lot of us get very tense. Hold a lot of tension in. Breathe in, exhale. Let some of that tension go. And finally your face, your eyes, your ears, your forehead, and top of your head. And just let that go. I feel comfortable in my body. And if you have been practicing dangling at the wall, I invite you to come down to your mat now. As we begin to move off of whatever you may be sitting on, if you're sitting on something. If you've been laying on your back, slowly roll to one side and gently bring your body upright. We're going to move on to the Manamaya Kosha. We've moved through our Annamaya Kosha and our Pranamaya Kosha, the breath, that 3-part breath. If you have a couple of blocks, I suggest you grab them. You don't have to use them. So begin to come out, bend your knees, take your shins to the wall, begin to walk back. Again, very awkward, but it feels good once you arrive. And then once those shins are against your wall, walking your body down, taking your shoulders, your elbows underneath your shoulders, or maybe just a little bit in front, coming into Sphinx pose. And what you can do here, you can take a couple of blocks, make a little T shape, and if you'd like, bring your forehead onto it. And bringing our attention into the mental body. What thoughts are swirling around in your mind right now? What emotions are bubbling up for you in this practice? And our affirmation here is, my mind is like a still lake. Notice anywhere you may be holding tension in your muscles. On your next exhale, try to deliberately soften and let go. Moving past those muscles, deeper and deeper into your body. If maybe you feel like you've gone over your edge in this pose and you're feeling it too much in your low back, you could try walking your elbows a little further out in front. You may need to adjust your blocks as well. And that may take some of the compression off of that low back. And if your props fall down, no worries. Never a good idea to take yourself too seriously. Last couple of breaths here. And slowly push into your elbows and your palms to lift your head. Gently begin to move off to the side. Coming through tabletop. Placing your blocks over to the side. You may or may not want them. And then bring your big toes together at the wall. Take the knees out wide and then just begin to walk your arms out. Short little counter pose in child's pose. Releasing any more tension you have in that low back. Still getting into Manamaya Kosha, our mental body. And then press into your hands. Walk your hands back towards your knees. If you have a bolster, I'm going to give you an option once again to take a couple of different poses. So we'll start with the first one, which is supported legs up the wall. And we're getting into Vajranamaya Kosha, your wisdom body. If you have a bolster, you will come onto that. Leave a little space between the bolster and the wall. Get your hip right against that wall, leaning out to your arm, and then you will gracefully swing your arms up the wall. That is one option. If you don't have a bolster and you do have blocks, I invite you to grab a block, and this time you're going to sit with your hip by the wall, knees are bent, slowly coming down onto your elbows and then all the way onto your back, and again, gracefully swinging those legs up. Now here, you can grab that block if you'd like. You can stay just like this, or you can grab that block. You can bend your knees, lift your hips, bring that block underneath your pelvis, and take your legs back up the wall, legs up the wall. And for Vajranamaya Kosha, the affirmation that I offer to you is, I have all the wisdom I need inside of me. Now, in the last pose I'm going to offer to you, none of the poses are better. One is not better than the other. If you have shoulder stand in your practice. You might like to practice shoulder stand at the wall, in which case you're going to bend your knees and take your feet to the wall. And this is why you need the mat coming out from the wall. Arms are going to come down by your hips, and you're going to raise the hips and then walk your feet up the wall as far as is comfortable for you. Chin comes down into the chest. You're pressing into the wall to get as straight as you can. And again, if this is not a pose you've ever done before, please don't do it. I can't see you. I can't help you. It's not really a difficult pose, but it is possible to injure your neck, and nobody wants that. But if it's already in your practice, go ahead and do that. And ignore the rolls of your stomach. And if you're in shoulder stand, last couple of breaths here. If you're in one of the other two poses, one of the variations of legs up the wall, go ahead and remain there. But if you're in shoulder stand, begin to slowly come down onto your back, allowing your feet to slide down the wall till your glutes are on the wall. And then maybe just wiggle yourself closer to the wall, gracefully again, and take a couple minutes in, legs up the wall, just to allow your body to relax into the pose. I have all the wisdom I need inside of me, and that includes choosing which postures are the right postures for you. That includes choosing where your edge is, realizing when you're not challenging yourself enough, or you've gone too deep and you need to make an adjustment, or maybe even choose a different pose altogether. And this practice is going to work on strengthening your low back. It's going to work a little bit on your glutes. It's not really designed to activate a particular meridian and create a particular emotional response. Doesn't mean you won't feel one. You very well may. And if you have a block underneath your pelvis, go ahead and bend your knees, press into the wall to lift your hips, remove that block. And if you're on the bolster, or not, just slowly, very slowly, begin to allow your legs to come down to the mat. And slowly walk yourself upright. You may want to hang onto a block again, or get a blanket. Go ahead and stretch out with your back against your wall. And of course you can do this, as I said, right on your mat without being at the wall. Bend your knees, bring them in towards your chest, take the blanket, place it between your legs, and just open up a little bit towards the wall with your top shoulder. Maybe even stretch the arm up, or just keep it down on your side. Find where your head feels most comfortable. And relax into your spinal twist. Hopefully by now, having gone through several layers of your body, moving into the final layer, your Anandamaya Kosha. And the affirmation I offer here is, bliss is my birthright. And slowly bring that top arm to the mat, pressing yourself up, turning to your second side. Bring the back of your body to the wall, stretching out on your mat, bending your knees, grabbing a block or a blanket, placing it between your legs, and just letting your body relax, finding that blissful state, and that bliss that's your birthright. And begin to notice if you feel a little calmer, a little more joyful, if the breath is a little smoother. Notice how when you move your body, especially in a yin way, passively, smoothly, perhaps your breath begins to be smooth as well. And when your body and your breath have smoothed out and slowed down, maybe the mind does as well. Maybe the things that were bothering you aren't bothering you so much anymore. Maybe your spirit feels a little soothed. Just notice how the body, the mind, and the spirit, they all work together. And that when your spirit is at ease, your mind can slow down and your body can release tension. And slowly remove whatever is between your knees. Put that off to one side. Gently come onto your back. And grab whatever props you need to make yourself comfortable in our final pose, Savasana. And that may mean taking a bolster underneath your knees. That can really make the low back relax. If you don't have the bolster, you can try a couple of blocks underneath each thigh or knee. And you can also try a couple blocks with a blanket overneath. So begin to relax into Savasana, perhaps taking your attention back to that intention that you set at the beginning of this practice, whatever that might be. How has your energy changed? How has your body and your mind and your spirit changed with this practice? If it's comfortable for you, close your eyes. And we're going to begin a short yoga nidra, which stands for yogi sleep. It's a way to get some deep rest without actually going to sleep. It's very simple. I'm just going to name some body parts, and you're going to take your attention to those body parts. Your right eyebrow, your right eye, your right ear, your right nostril, the right shoulder, back of the right chest, front of the right chest, your upper arm, your right elbow, your right forearm, your right wrist, your right hand, your right thumb, your right index finger, your right middle finger, your right ring finger, your right pinky finger, top of the right hand, palm of the right hand, right wrist, right forearm, right elbow, right upper arm, right shoulder, back of the right chest, front of the right chest, right nostril, right ear, right eye, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, left eye, left ear, left nostril, left shoulder, back of the left chest, front of the left chest, left upper arm, left elbow, left forearm, left wrist, left hand, left thumb, left index finger, left middle finger, left ring finger, left pinky finger, top of the left hand, palm of the left hand, left wrist, left forearm, left elbow, left upper arm, back of the left chest, front of the left chest, left shoulder, left nostril, left ear, left eye, and left eyebrow. Begin to breathe up the left side, over the head, down the front on the left side. Then breathe up the right side of the body, over the head, and then down the right side. Breathing through the left side, then the right. And last time, bringing up the left side of the body, over the head, down the left side of the body. Breathing up the right side of the body, over the head, and down the right side of your body. Just remain in stillness, relaxing, giving yourself the gift of time just for you until you hear me speak again. Feel your body, points of your back or your front, however you're laying, that are in touch with your mat and ultimately with the earth. Feel yourself sinking deeper and deeper into that safety, that security with every exhale. Keeping your eyes closed if they are. Allowing that breath to deepen. Taking any small movements you may feel to wake up your body. Wiggling fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles, maybe wiggling a little bit side to side. And on your next inhale, inhale the arms up and over your head. Reaching as far back as you can, taking the toes away from those fingers. And on your exhale, take your feet to the mat, bend your knees, and let your knees fall to one side. Cradling the head on your bottom arm. Take a few deep breaths here. Keeping the eyes closed, slowly begin to push into your hands and walk your torso upright. Inhale, bring the palms of the hands together in front of your heart and begin to rub your hands together, creating a little friction, a little heat. And take those hands and bring them to your forehead, fingers point out, back towards the wall behind you. Just cupping your hands over your eyes. Feeling that warmth sink into your forehead and your eyes, relaxing your whole face. Slowly beginning to let your hands drift down Hands come to your thighs or in your lap, and slowly blinking your eyes open, taking in the floor, the rest of the room, raising your head, hopefully with a smile on your face. I really hope that you feel blissful now. That is the intent of this practice. If you enjoyed this practice, please go ahead and click the like button. And if you want to practice with me again, go ahead and click subscribe, click the bell, maybe explore my Facebook group. You can sign up at the link below. Give gratitude for yourself to show up and give yourself this time. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering and pain. And may you feel blissful.